we have more with Valley View's Marcus Nocerino, who caught up with Jessica Mikayla to talk about her experience acting in a Super Bowl commercial.
Thank you, Daniel. I'm here with actress Jessica Mikayla, who was in a Super Bowl commercial as a child actress, and today she'll talk to us about how she got involved with Super Bowl commercial and the Super Bowl 60 that just passed. Jessica, thank you so much for being here today and talking to us about the Super Bowl.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
So you did a Super Bowl commercial as a child actress that sponsored Doritos. Tell me how you got involved in that process.
Well, it was like a basic commercial audition. So it was going to a room with a bunch of kids. They ask you to say your lines. You go up and say your lines. I booked it. And then, but the crazy thing is when we got there, we didn't know who was going to say which lines. So, and there were a lot of kids in that commercial. So it was a long day of having everyone saying each line. And at the end of the commercial, someone like yells at the teacher and makes a mean face. And so we all went down the line and everyone got a chance to do it. Thank God they chose mine. And it was really fun. All we did was eat Doritos. And for some reason, when I was younger, I loved making mean faces at people, even though they did not look mean at all. But I enjoyed it. And that's all that matters.
Nice, nice. And how much money did you make from being part of the Super Bowl commercial?
Unfortunately, I do not know because child actors have to have a Coogan account. So from all the money that I made from 6 to 18, I do not remember what was made. And money wasn't really an important part for me. I just loved acting and being able to be on a set. So it was out of my mind.
And how much exposure did you get from being part of the Super Bowl commercial that sponsored Doritos?
I got a lot of exposures. I did a lot of commercials as a kid. I think after the Dorito commercial, I did like 5 Chrysler commercials. There was a few Walmart, Hefty, the garbage bags, which is another one where I got to make a mean face at someone. I did a MasterCard commercial with Jane Lynch. That was really fun. Once again, I made a mean face in that one. Why is that my thing as a little kid? I do not know, but I was just side-eyeing everybody, I guess.
That's pretty nice. And did some research on your IMDb that you're part of a Disney Junior show based on like Little Mermaid, which is like a classic like Disney film. Tell me like the process on how you got into that and your experience while voice acting.
I started voice acting so I started voice acting when I was younger because my mom noticed I liked giving all my toys different voices. So she was like, Jessica, you're going to a class. I don't care how you feel about it. You're going to thank me later. Thank you, Mom, because once I turned 18, I started doing a lot more voiceover. And one of those shows that like got me into the door a lot was Ariel. And that was a long audition process, like a year and a half. And then I finally got the role of Alana as her big sister. And that's one of my favorite things I've ever done. Disney is such a lovely place, and we got to record in this little studio in Burbank. Everyone is so nice. We get to sing cute little songs. And I also love like seeing things behind the scenes. So my favorite part was always when they animated it just a little bit and we got to watch like we got to watch different snippets early.
And speaking of behind the scenes, you're also a student at Cal State Northridge, majoring in entertainment media management. Tell me if you like being behind the camera or on the camera more.
Ooh, that's a good question. Even though I do love behind the camera, and I didn't think I'd love it as much as I do, my heart is in front of a camera or behind a microphone, which is a new one. When I first started voiceover, I didn't think I'd love it as much as I did, but now I can't imagine my life without it. It's like, it has a special place. I touched the microphone. It has a special place in my heart, as well as in front of a camera. But I'm not against being behind the camera. I'd do it again if I was asked to.
And what made you get into entertainment media management as a major?
At first I didn't want to go to college at all, and I was like, well, I've been doing what I want to do since I was a little kid. What's the point? And then I thought, why not get a different degree so I can learn what other people are doing to help me in my career, like production, directing, writing. So I chose this degree so I can learn the business side. and I can learn something new instead of, relearning things I've known since I was younger.
And what are some things you have learned from being an entertainment media management major?
I learned from one of my favorite classes last semester was just how much work is in the production side with budgeting and having to call different places to secure locations and set design. All those little things that go into a set that I never noticed before. That's what I've been loving in my major.
And speaking of, Super Bowl 60 just passed.
Yes, it did.
Tell me, like, your thoughts on it.
My thoughts on Super Bowl 60. I'm a part of a lot of America where they actually didn't watch the game and they only watched the halftime show and only watched the performances. So Charlie Puth did his thing. Coco Jones did his thing. I loved Green Day's set, and Bad Bunny. My God, it was so good.
Yep, Bad Bunny's performance was so good.
Yes.
Like, on a scale from 1 to 10, like, what would you rate it?
Ooh, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. It would have been a 10 if Cardi B would have came from the back and grabbed a microphone, or if they would have let Pedro Pascal just sit in front of the camera for a little bit. Then it would have been a 10 out of 10 for me. But it's gonna stick at a 8.5.
And what are your thoughts about Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin being the guests of Bad Bunny's set?
Lady Gaga was a shock. I was so shocked. I had to rewind and go back to make sure I was seeing her right. But I love Lady Gaga. She's such an inspiration. And I love how it showed that no matter what, all cultures can come together to fight something more powerful, which I appreciated. And Ricky Martin, he blessed my screen. I had a great time.
And what are your thoughts about Seattle Seahawks beating the Patriots?
I was shocked about that. The day before, my friend told me we don't like the Seahawks. And I was like, okay, I don't know anything about sports, but I'm on your side. So she was upset, but I'm proud of the Seahawks. I'm glad. Just whoever wins, I'm happy for them.
And which team were you rooting for?
I was rooting for Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny is a really good choice.
That is the team I was on.
Did you watch the Super Bowl with like your family?
Funny enough, I dropped my mom off at a Super Bowl party, and then I went home and I made slime and watched the Bad Bunny concert.
That must be a really fun time.
It was.
But what is your
time.
family traditions with the Super Bowl?
My family traditions, we don't really have one when it comes to sporting events. But normally I do go to the party with my mom that happens every year. That's near our house and it's in our community. But this year I was like, you have your fun. I have my own agenda.
I see. And what are your upcoming projects? Like, are you still acting? Or are you gonna do more like behind the camera stuff?
I'm still acting. I'm doing a lot of voiceover right now. I'm doing a really big project that I cannot talk about at the moment, which I really want to. Like it's like sitting in the back of my throat. I want to talk about it so bad. But I've been working on it since last summer, and it should at least be getting announced next year. And then there's another one that's going to be on Netflix maybe at the end of this year. They haven't told me much about when it's coming out for this one, but it's an anime. It's going to be on Netflix, and it's going to be an anthology series, so that's a lot of fun.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. And what year are you in school?
I'm a junior right now, so I'm almost done.
And Super Bowl commercials are like really popular. Mm-hmm. Which one was your favorite?
Unfortunately, I did talk about this. I hope other people remember this, but Puppy Monkey Baby for Mountain Dew. Do you remember this one?
Oh, yeah.
Puppy Monkey Baby with Mountain Dew. I wrote a paper on it like last week.
I see. And what are your thoughts about all these AI Super Bowl commercials?
No, I don't support AI at all. Get rid of them. Bye.
Yeah, those AI commercials could be a lie.
Right. Y'all support destroying the planet? I don't think so.
And do you love to do like another Super Bowl commercial soon?
Oh, yeah. I just like being like on a camera and like getting to do what I love. So I would love to do a Super Bowl commercial. A normal commercial is fine with me. I would love to.
Did you audition for one this year?
I did not this year. I've been like strictly VO this year and the year before because it's a lot easier with my school schedule.
And not VO?
Well, VO is like it's a lot easier for me because they go around my schedule instead of shooting. It would be like here's a set date that you have to be available. So it's a lot easier for me in school.
I see. And how do you balance school and acting?
I think since I started when I was really young, it was easier for me to figure it out. And they have school on set, which makes it a lot easier. And it also depends on the school you go to. So the schools that I went to growing up, they were very aware of what I do. So they were very easy with trying to work around it.
And if there's one actor that you want to work with in the future, who would you want to work with?
Ayo Debris.
And why?
She's just so funny. And I love seeing other awkward black girls because I don't think we get enough representation. And her in The Bear is just it's one of the best performances ever. She deserves all her 5 billion gajillion Emmys that she's been winning the last couple years.
Nice, nice. Jessica, thank you so much for being here
Thank you.
and for being on Valley View.
Of course.
All right, back to you guys.